Boom, 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 boom. Love me some salad. Oh gosh! Hmm? Welcome to Seanward Draws. I'm Seanward, and today I'll be making nature art. That's right, I'll be creating a collage using only things you can find out in nature, such as leaves, sticks, rocks. I'm gonna level with you. I haven't been outside in a long time. I've kind of forgotten what nature is, but I'm gonna figure it out. And once I've collected all of my natural resources, I'm gonna bring it back here and, like some kind of horrific pollution monster, tear apart nature for my own personal gain. Now, you might be asking, Seanward, what are you going to make with all of these natural things, you sick monster? And that's a good question. If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know that a few weeks ago I did a wood burning project and made this Charmander right back here, which you can't see now that I'm noticing because of the glare from the lights. Design choices. Anyways, I made a Charmander using wood burning, and I can't leave the other Kanto starters out of the mix, so this week I'll be doing Bulbasaur using only things that I can find in nature and some hot glue, because I don't want that stuff rolling around. I don't want nature going everywhere in my workshop. No, sir. Alright, let's get started. To the computer. It'll make sense in a minute. I can say with complete certainty that I've never thought to make art with nature. Now yes, as a child I may have taken some leaves and sticks and mud and made a snowman or something, but in my professional art career, I've never looked out my window at a tree or a bush and said, ooh, there's my new art medium. But that's what I'm doing today, and I'm excited to do it. Since I am working with a medium that I have never worked with before, I wanted to start somewhere that I was comfortable. So, I began the project working on the computer to draw the design out digitally. I would then print the design and use it as a template going forward. The biggest challenge that I faced at this point in the project, surprisingly, was to keep everything simple. I found myself time and time again wanting to add extra details here or there to the sketch, and I had to force myself to stop. When it would be time to finally move on to applying the leaves and the sticks, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to go in as much detail as I would like to, or as I would with a normal traditional digital or hand-drawn piece. With the sketch complete, it was finally time to brave the wild and collect my art supplies. I can't begin to tell you how much I enjoyed my little nature excursion. All joking aside, I do not get out enough, and being able to walk around in nature with my daughter was such a breath of fresh air, no pun intended. I truly think that I forgot how much I enjoy being outside. And that brings me to a good point. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is immerse yourself in something that you're really passionate about or really love doing. Not only does it charge your batteries, but it gives you loads of inspiration. Where do I even begin to describe my nature art making process? It was very similar to a junior high art class that I had in which I had to make a torn paper collage. You may have done this before. You've sifted through a number of different magazines and old books and find old pictures and tear little scraps of paper out of them and glue them down. This was very similar to that, except I had a limited supply to work with and everything tore a whole lot easier, because nature. First, I decided and organized which leaves, flowers, and other pieces of nature would be used to make the background versus the head of the Pokemon versus his body versus the bulb on his back, so on and so on, until I had everything really organized out in nice neat little piles that I could just grab from as I needed. I can tell you that this process of organization and pre-selecting all of my materials before starting made a world of difference. I cannot suggest enough, if you are going to make art with nature, take time, plan, and organize. After I'd finally organized all my materials, it was finally time to start my nature project. The idea for the project was simple enough. I would tackle each section of the piece in 3 phases. Phase 1, lay down hot glue. Phase 2, lay down my material. Phase 3, cut away any excess. I repeated this for the background, the head, the facial features. Every piece I made sure to go in these 3 phases: glue, apply, cut. This worked well enough for the most part, but I did hit one pretty severe roadblock. Anytime I glued down leaves or sticks or any other material, I was covering up the template that I was using. This caused 2 problems. First, because I couldn't see the template underneath the leaves that I was using, I couldn't tell exactly where I needed to cut. A lot of the time it was just guesswork, and if I cut away too much, I had to glue on extra small pieces and repeat my steps. This was time consuming and could have been avoided if I had planned a little better. Though this first problem was definitely difficult, it was not nearly as challenging as the second problem. The second problem was anywhere that I had overlapping layers, specifically in the face of Bulbasaur, such as the mouth and eyes. The problem was that once I glued on the face to the template, I could no longer see where the eyes would go, where the mouth would go, and I didn't know what shape or size to cut out for the mouth and the eyes and the other facial features. To somewhat mitigate the problem, I went ahead and cut out the eyes and the mouth before gluing the face down, but it was still difficult to tell exactly where to place it on the piece. I really just had to eyeball it. If I were ever to do this project again, I would print a second template to use as a reference. I should have done that while I was working on this project, but I was just too stubborn. Despite the challenges I faced, the project overall ran smoothly, and I think overall the Bulbasaur came out very nice. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the results of creating a Bulbasaur using only nature parts. Now, I would not say that this was my favorite art project to ever work on. That being said, I still really enjoyed working with such an interesting medium to create something new. And I think that's really the magic of art. It's not limited to just paints or drawing or any of those standard mediums. Art really is limited to what you can imagine, and that includes how you make it. That's just the most amazing and beautiful part about art. That being said, if somebody asked me if I was going to make another art piece using nature anytime soon, probably not. Then again, I didn't really think I was going to be working on nature art this time, so you never know. While I would like to take credit for coming up with the idea for this art piece, it was actually one of my viewers, one Joaquin Oliveras, who posted a few weeks ago in my comments that I should do this. I really do look at the comments and take your suggestions to heart, guys, so if you do have any ideas for future episodes of Shawnmore Draws, leave them in the comments. I can't say that I'll do every suggestion that somebody comes up with, but if I find one that I really like, then I will definitely include it in a future episode. Along those lines, if you did enjoy the video, as always, please like and subscribe, and make sure if you want to always see when my new videos come out, to click that notification bell. And if there's anybody that you know that may enjoy the channel, please share it with them. Any support to the channel really helps. Again, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode, and until next time, enjoy your art.